Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kayla Thompson, and today we're diving into a wild ride of a book called Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroux. If you're into dark supernatural romance, goth, and morally gray antiheroes, then stay here and watch this video. Let me tell you, it is intense. Warning: intense romantic and sexual ahead. Arousal may occur. Yeah, I said arousal. Get ready for this. It's very kinky. Before diving into this book, be aware the author includes a page with content warnings. Rightfully so, because the spice level is off the charts. 5 out of 5 spice levels. There's sex, like a lot of sex, and there's kinks and BDSM, role-playing, and pain. I'm not going to lie to you, after reading a few chapters, I had to pull out these. Yeah. It got real up in this room. Like, I had to sit up. I was in my bed reading this, and I had to sit up. Like, I had a jaw-dropping moment while reading this book. Several of them, by the way. Like, oh my god. Yeah, it got real. I'm gonna need me a Leon, because I ain't never had one of those before. Like, if I was never into BDSM before, oh, I am now. Sold. So we're going to break down the plot, characters, and themes of this story. So let's start with our antagonist, the Hadleigh family. There's history there, and once we start with that, then it will all make sense. It starts with the mind and the deep one, the origin of the curse. This is how it all began. The town's prosperity was tied to a massive coal mine carved deep beneath the mountains. The Hadleigh family owned the mine and controlled nearly every job connected to it. Eventually, the mine began to dry up and economic ruin loomed over the entire town. Kent Hadleigh, desperate to preserve his family's power, sought out forbidden knowledge. That choice brought him into contact with an ancient entity known as the Deep One. This being existed beneath the earth, intertwined with the dark roots and caverns below the old mine. The Deep One promised renewed fortune and awakening power in exchange for blood and devotion. And lo and behold, Kent Hadleigh agrees. The bargain required human sacrifice of 3 individuals. Their life and soul would be offered in a ritual to feed the Deep One. In return, the Hadleighs would receive wealth, longevity, and control over supernatural power. This ritual demanded more than just mere death. It required a possessed vessel. The Hadleighs, they summoned a demon and bound him to serve as the ritual's executioner. This demon was named Leon. He was instructed to lure this chosen girl for the ritual to the Hadleigh family to earn her trust and kill her or deliver her soul to the Deep One. This is what the Hadleigh family had in mind for a girl named Raelynn Lawson, the chosen girl. Our protagonist, she becomes the girl that's chosen for the ritual, the third girl. And the Hadleighs believed they could complete the ritual without consequences. But what they did not anticipate was that Leon would disobey. Leon, he would fall in love with this chosen girl, Raelynn. Well, Ray for short. Ray would awaken a new force inside her, defying the role they planned for her. You know, she has some fight back in her. She's like, I'm not going to get sacrificed just willingly. I'm going to fight back. Well, at least try it. So now that we have the objective out of the way, we can go on and talk about Ray facing a supernatural war between demons, gods, human cults, hence the Hadleighs. The tension is non-stop from the start. There's the cult, which I mentioned, ran by a man named Kent Hadleigh and his son Jeremiah and his daughter Victoria. So now they become a problem for Raelynn, eventually due to their demands of their cult. Raylynn's role in the occult in ritual is central to the story's tension, so she is targeted by godlike forces because her soul is crucial for completing an ancient apocalyptic, did I say that right? Apocalyptic ritual. Kent Hadleigh's intentions intensify this danger. He seeks to manipulate Leon and others to, ensure Raelynn falls into the hands of these forces, because he's aiming to use her as a tool to fulfill his own dark ambitions. Throughout the book, Raelynn is repeatedly placed in situations where her choices, presence, or very existence feed into the magical and divine schemes of her enemies. Her journey is about resisting the demand of this cult, not falling into this sacrifice, asserting her will and ultimately binding herself to Leon, which disrupts the ritual's intended outcome and transforms her from a passive target into an active participant shaping her own fate. And in the meantime, she's getting her back broken in by Leon left and right. There's Leon, the demon anti-hero, who is terrifying, loving, and utterly possessive of Ray after meeting her. When he was instructed by Kent to harm Ray, Leon's loyalty and possessiveness override Kent's manipulation. He's no longer able to control Leon. Instead of obeying Kent, Leon directs his fury and strength toward protecting Ray and punishing those who threaten her. Leon. So let's get into who he is. So Leon is a strong character in my eyes. He's literally my favorite character. He has sex appeal. He's funny. He's brooding, and not to mention the sex. He's a monster, literally, but he's fiercely loyal, and his love for Ray is complicated. He doesn't want to admit completely that he's falling for her, but he knows that he has. He's protective to the point of obsession. Like, he watches her, he follows her. But you'll understand why. He's been through centuries of violence and loss. So watching him navigate his emotions and his need for vengeance makes him fascinating and super hot. Now, Ray, I have a lot to say about her, but I'm gonna keep it brief. Oh boy. Ray is adventurous, she's courageous, and she fights like hell. But she's also frustrating. Like, extremely frustrating. She's naive. She makes terrible decisions, often throws herself into danger she could easily avoid. Honestly, I spent half the book yelling at her, like, Ray, think, Ray. Like, she kind of like upset me a lot through the book. But I had to remember, she's just a young girl. She's young, dumb. We all been dumb before, young and dumb. But here's the thing. Those flaws make her human. Like, they make her relatable somewhat. And when she finally grows, when she makes a smart decision, it feels earned. So yes, she's annoying at times, but that's part of her arc. The book explores themes of love, loyalty, power, and the cost of survival. At its core, it's about devotion. What you're willing to risk and who you're willing to give your soul to. There's also a strong element of morality and choice here. Leon's vengeance raises questions about morality, justice, and what makes someone truly monstrous. And Laroux, the author of this book, doesn't shy away from showing consequences, which makes the story feel real, despite the supernatural setting. Like every bad decision Ray made, the demon Leon punished her for it. And when I say punished her, I'm talking about BDSM style. Yeah, spicy style. There wasn't a part on her body that he did not touch or desire. Every intimate moment felt deeply personal. I feel like I was in the room with him, like, watching. Like, it got real spicy. He literally took her soul, like, talked her through every orgasm, and she loved every bit of it. I'd say the most raw, electrifying scene was when he pierced her nipples. Oh. Now, I won't spill too much about this scene because I want you to experience this scene just like I did. I want you to be just as shocked as I was when I was reading it. Then there's the graveyard scene. Yes. He literally screws her brains out in a graveyard. My mouth dropped on a lot of these intimate scenes, and I just couldn't stop reading it. I was invested. Like, Leon, he knew what he was doing when it came to intimacy. He knew how to please Ray. And Ray was in for more than what she bargained for. Let's just say that. Everything he did to her, as far as intimacy, her mouth was like, oh my God, this is all so new, but I like it. And I enjoyed reading it. Now that Ray has a demon protecting her, she is no longer an easy target for sacrifice. Like, Kent's original plan falls apart quickly. Like, he no longer has the grimoire. which means he has lost the power to command Leon. This grimoire was his means to control Leon. Without that leverage, the Hadleighs become impatient and increasingly reckless with their next decisions. Jeremiah, Kent's son that I told you about, decides to take control. He is arrogant, impulsive, and convinced he can finish the ritual himself. Cocky much. His overconfidence only creates more chaos because Leon refuses to stand by while the woman he loves is threatened. This is where the action truly ignites. Every confrontation is fueled by raw emotion. Like, you can literally feel it. You can feel the intensity radiating off of Leon, that mix of fury and fierce protectiveness that makes him unstoppable. None of his violence felt random. Like, it was driven by one true purpose, which was keeping Ray alive, the love of his life. And this was unexpected, by the way. He was not planning to fall in love with Ray. It's just when he saw her, they just had a real connection. So I'm gonna name the chilling scenes that stood out to me was the confrontation with the god, the deep one, the tentacle monster. Absolutely horrifying, visually stunning, but gave me chills. One of the most captivating dynamics in this book is the escalating tension around Ray's soul. From early on, Leon makes it very clear that he wants Ray's soul as payment for protecting her. For a demon, this is not merely a bargain. It is the deepest form of possession and connection. A soul bond makes Ray his for eternity. No afterlife, no separation, no escape. It is the ultimate claim. At first, Ray fears this. You know, who wants to just give up their soul to a demon or the devil or anyone? She does this because she understands the consequences. Giving him her soul means losing any semblance of control over her fate. Yet, as the story progresses, the line between protection and temptation blurs. Leon's desire for her soul transforms from a transactional demand into something profoundly emotional. It is love expressed through demonic instinct. This creates one of the book's strongest moral and romantic conflicts. This whole ordeal with her soul, it begs the question, like, is this devotion or dominance? Or is Ray choosing Leon freely? Or is it intense desire clouding her judgment? Is eternal union thrilling or terrifying? I had so many questions about that. But the writing handles this push and pull effectively. Like, as a reader, you can feel Ray's panic when Leon presses her for her soul. At this point, you've already bonded with these characters. So you can feel this electricity when she starts to want this bond just as fiercely as he does. It starts to feel right. Like, I know it sounds crazy to give your soul to a demon, but Leon would protect her. You know, so her soul was in good hands if she was to give it to him. Overall, Her Soul to Take is a dark, thrilling, emotional ride. Like, Harley Laroux does an incredible job blending horror, romance, high stakes, action. And I'd say the spice level in this book is maxed out, meaning it's very high. Like, the sex scenes in this book makes 50 Shades of Grey look like a Disney movie. Yeah. You love morally gray characters, supernatural chaos, and intense love story, this book is definitely worth your time. Yes, Ray annoyed me sometimes, but by the end, I was rooting for her and for Leon every step of the way. Like, this is a story about survival, love, and claiming your soul, literally. If you read Her Soul to Take, let me know your thoughts. Did Ray annoy you as much as me? And what did you think about Leon? Monster or hero? What do you think? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss my next book review. If you're looking for more dark supernatural recommendations, stick around. I've got plenty coming your way. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.